All right. Good morning, everyone. How we doing? Oh, I forgot one thing. All right, now we're ready to party. Last trading day of the year. I really don't recommend trading week of Christmas. I know many of you will trade anyway, but I'm going to be off. I'm going to be off. It's going to be really slow. Holiday volume. Really not going to be missing much. So, let's take a look. NQ yesterday inside day price traded entirely within the previous day's range. If we take a look at your 5-minute RTH chart, see, it was a really nice range day yesterday. I mean, that is personally, that is the action that I absolutely love. It's an inside day, but we're trading within the confines of two prominent levels of interest. So you just get very, very good action, very, very good two-way trading. And now looking at the overnight, we're still we're still seeing price within Thursday's range. So what I'm looking at for this morning primarily is how price responds to 25,380, and that'll kind of set the tone for the morning. 25,380 overnight high, prior day high area, a little 20-point zone there will be the main focus for this last trading day of the year. We do have MCS at 10 a.m. So it's typically market moving. Not always, but typically. And now about 2 minutes till the open. I recommend spending some time over these next couple of weeks getting your annual review done. There's an entire template, annual review template in the resources tab of the Traders Think Tank. I'll post it in the main chat actually right now. So if you're in the community, there's the link right over there. I recommend taking a look at that, putting a little bit of time into your annual review. It's going to help you. It's going to help you be a better trader, and hopefully that's what we're all here to do. Get better at the craft, improve our P&L for 2026. You know, that's the goal. That is the goal. But you only improve your P&L by improving your skill set. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Mario. There's homework. There's homework. It's got to be done. That's where all the sauce is after hours, in the charts, in the trade journal. Too much work, yes. It's a lot of, you can't just show up and press a couple keys. I mean, you can. Actually you can. You definitely can do that, but will it actually result in some long-term profitability, long-term edge? Probably not. We know probably not. So let's see this open 10 seconds till the open. NASDAQ right here at 380. That's my main watch here off the open. Overnight high is 393. Okay, there's your opening print. See, I got too many tabs open. I got to close some stuff. Close that. Okay. So NQ, there's overnight high. So really just treating this like I said a couple minutes ago, I was treating this like a 30 point zone. Is price going to reject right here, or do we end up seeing the break into the end of the week? There's prior day high. A strong open. Good volume off the open. What's the regular trading hours weekly high? Let's see. It's 446. Okay. Yeah, this looks like runaway train right here. At least initially. For regular trading hours, there's a weekly high right there being made right now. And for extended hours, I think we're looking at 500 for the weekly high. 2 hour chart. Let's see it. 510 for this week's high made on Wednesday. Five eleven, 510. Yeah, good target if you have any longs on. I do not. There was no entry that I saw unless you're just doing opening drive momentum. Okay, maybe a little pullback now. Opening 5 minute bar getting ready to close. Quite bullish. That opening 5 minute bar and new highs being made. So a little consolidation here. Personally, I would need a little bit of a deeper pullback. There we go. Seller stepping in now. So I want to see how this area is basically right through here gets treated. Getting there, getting there. 400 by 380, like we talked about. Mm, nothing in there that I really loved. Past couple of days, I've been a little too early on a couple trades, so just working on that patience right now. No position. That was a prior day I retest there with the 50% fib. Now NQ back into the highs. Yeah, it would have been decent for a scalp. I didn't love it enough because by the time I'd be waiting for a signal bar, so my entry would be 435.5. And then if price were to roll over, I really want the risk down beneath 380, like that whole zone, you know? So just that's why those wider zones can be tough. Still cash, still cash. So Nasdaq did not sustain the fresh high there, at least so far. Just kind of looked above one or two ticks and then just right back into this intraday structure. You have all the volume so far from the session right in this area. Volume point of control right there at 450. Yeah, if you invert that DOM, it looks pretty similar. Definitely. So NQ, there's a new high. It's a pre 10 a.m. directional move trying to do its thing. That may have been the only entry. And here's 500 coming up. So this will be interesting right through here. NQ, that's a fresh high on the week, extended hours. Yeah, that was the only entry. Darn. Prior day high retest, intraday 50% fib. That was too chickened out. Day is young though. We'll see what's next. Opening 15-minute bar closes here in 10 seconds. Quite bullish, obviously. And there's 580, 25, 580, next upside level of interest already. Don't chase. Do not chase. There was probably a lot of liquidity up above Wednesday's high. We were talking about that yesterday, Mario, where all the swing shorts were. Sitting on hands down, yeah. Same. Still cash this morning. The only entry I could have taken was at the prior day high, and I thought I was just a little bit too early. Didn't love the risk profile enough, so passed on it. We still have MCS at 10 a.m., so to buyers, if this zone gets retested, that would be like a must hold area, if you ask me, just based on the higher time frame. Blue zone is this high right through here. Yeah, it's just waiting game right now for me. Like I said, only entry I've seen that I could take per my system was at prior day high. Passed on it, and this thing is just nonstop vertical. Vertical can't chase. So either wait for a setup or see what we're looking at post 10 a.m. Regular trading hours volume point of control did just shift into 551. So there's that new piece of information, if you will. And look at the volume die out. Low average volume. We got 6 minutes till MCS. Oh, fuck. Damn, damn. All right, all right, all right. Oh my god. All right, all right, all right. At 3 minutes till MCS. This is impossible. This is actually impossible. Oh, man. Come on. Okay. No pressure. All right, all right, all right. No. Man. This is harder than trading right here. This is way harder than trading. Okay. All right. Come on. Yes. Did I just send this? All right, MCS coming right up. Let's see MCS. We'll golf later. So NQ just shy of 580, 580 level of interest. We got no position. We got no trades this morning. Just cash. Let's see MCS right here. There's your MCS. Okay. New highs. Dang. No entry. So good volume coming in now. Is this going to be a no trade day on the last trading day of the year? We'll see. I don't want to write off the session just yet. So NQ just kind of looks above, right back into that structure. Remember all the volume. So the previous 2 week range, let's get a higher time frame chart here. 2 hour, maybe 4 hour. If you look at all the volume from this period of just two weeks of just sideways action, you can see the weekly profiles in there. So all the volume is concentrated right here. Basically right where price is right now. So far, no trades today. Yeah, still cash. There was one trade I could take within my system at prior day high that I passed on. I thought it'd give a little bit more depth there. And I'm talking about this pullback right here. Thought we may at least see 400, get a little closer to that 380 by 400 area I wanted. But alas, it did not. That's always the problem with these wider zones. Do you want the first test, top of the zone? Potentially get stopped if it rolls over. Do you want to go in with a partial at the top, put your risk way down here? Or do you want to wait for the lower portion of the zone and potentially miss the trade? There is no perfect answer. Holiday volume, volume's pretty decent right now. It's above average. But next week, yeah, watch that holiday volume. So far 10 a.m. has marked the high. At this point, I'd say like best scenario would be a retrace into 500, 480 area. You kind of have the fib, 50% fib right there. And that's kind of that's the must hold point for buyers in this higher time frame structure. A break point. But look at the shape of this 4 hour so far. Let's see the 60. Big shooting star potentially in the works. Yeah, this could get interesting here. See that 15? Do I use footprint charts or DOM for my entry? So I just use the chart on Trade of 8, and then I'll use the DOM for my exits. Yeah, footprint charts a little unnecessarily complex for me personally. I like to keep a very, very simple approach. Nice and simple. I think I need to. Nice. All right, see if you can beat my score. 37. Kindahardgolf.com. NQ pulling in a bit more. How's everyone's morning so far? Cash? I see Rain Man in the think tank cleaning up, long and short. Green, small green. Solid work. Green, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Small red, all good. All good. Accidentally took a trade. How'd you accidentally take a trade? Execution error? What happened? Howie 32, nice. Crushed me. Nice work. The volume's tapering down. So far, 10 a.m. has marked the high. And NQ is 60 points off the high right now. So what I like to see if this structure can break down and a retest into that 480 area, definitely be looking for longs. If we see some suitable buying down into that level. My strategy, the strategies I trade are largely based on market structure and rooted in Wyckoff. But if you're struggling, best thing I can recommend is number one, make sure you actually have a strategy and give yourself a large enough sample size to determine if it's actually working or not. Not just, 1 day's worth of trades or 1 week worth of trades. Like test it out for 50 to 100 trades at least. And that'll give you a decent idea. Then from there, it's a long, long journey of refinement, not only of your strategy, but of your own emotional state. Because here's the thing: once you have a strategy that has positive expectancy, once you have edge, what ruins the strategy is the person operating it. So a lot of times strategy will work, but the trader, the person trading the strategy, messes it up. And so then it becomes a psychological, emotional battle, mastering the person in the mirror, mastering yourself. So strategy first, get that down, then emotional side of things, then self mastery, discipline, all these things that you'll see people talking about. But good place to start, like how we mentioned, there's 2 hour trading framework. Very simple rules based, fairly mechanical strategy with edge. Got the full back testing posted on the site as well. That's what APT trades, that's what the bot trades. So NQ potentially breaking that little structure here. Just looks beneath and right back into it. Volume has totally tapered down, unfortunately. 15-minute did close as a shooting star. Dom got the post 10 a.m. short. Nice work. It's a good spot for it at the level there. 10 a.m. reversal time. So a little internal spring right there gets soaked up back into volume point of control. Sellers are sitting right there. Let's see if it rolls over a little more. Still a cash day. Snoozer. So I like to see, can we get this little bit of a washout here in the next 10 minutes? There it is. Okay. So we're watching the 500 down into 480 area. And where was that fib again? Let me see that fib. Okay, so the 50 is down there near 475, a little closer to 480. 510 to 480, Mario, I think is what you mean. 'Kay. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with you there. 100%. Just based on this massive pivot through here. Yeah. Okay. All right, good deal. Let's see. As we get into 10:30. 5 minutes till the next 30-minute. Let's take a look at the shape of that 30. Probably big reversal candle. Yep. Indeed. All the volume for the sesh is currently overhead. So here's 500. 480 incoming. So they're lying in the sand. Almost there. Kevin submitted your first payout last night. Congrats. That's awesome. So far, no bid in this zone. We do have an increase in volume, though. Little uptick in volume there. And there's beneath 480. That's your 50% fib. So far, nothing. Nada. There's your fib buy zone, but it's beneath that critical pivot. So I'd want to see action above the 480. I want to see these next 2.5 minutes with the fresh 30-minute candle opening up. Sometimes you'll get a little flurry of action with that fresh 30-minute bar. A little burst of activity. Otherwise, we'll just take the no trade day. There we go. Let's see what that 1-minute bar has to say. Little retest of 500. Buyers need above that 500. And there it was. I'll trail this thing already. Not messing around on a Friday, last trading day of the year. A little late with the entry. A little bit late. Trim into 520. And 30-minute bar opens in 30 seconds. Oh, come on. Show me 520. Regular trading hours. Howie. So regular trading hours low to high. RTH. May get trailed here. Yep. There's the trail. Might be it for today. A little baby scalp. Little tiny baby scalp. Because if this local structure, if the lows of this local structure crack, we have a bigger failure. Yeah, here's the fib. So RTH low, RTH high. Basically, looking at this, buyers need to hold this right here. Little 1 minute bar. All right, Mario, you out of here? No, no, won't be trading next week. So have a Merry Christmas. We'll see you in the new year, sir. Yes, sir. January. I'll probably be popping into the think tank. Who we kidding? So NQ so far holding where it needs to. That definitely looks better. See the 5 minute helping out there, 5 minute doji. See if it runs for the highs now. We have another little scalp. Ended up buying a little bit higher. And again, I'll just trail this one already near break even. See if we could stack a couple scalps for the last trading day of the year. Albert. Oh man, Albert. Trim. Now let's ride for highs. Ride for highs, trail 513, basically right next to the entry. So we waited all morning for that idea. My execution definitely could have been tighter there. But that's the thing. When you get involved with really good trade location, sometimes the market will give you a little grace. You don't have to be as perfect with everything when you trade with good location. So just to kind of recap the idea, we talked about this pivot right here needing to hold. NQ kind of looks beneath for just a second into the fib buy zone on increased volume, and you get some pretty good bullish follow through there. And that was the significance of that pivot right through there earlier in the week highs. Again, a failure here, even if it comes later in the sesh, would be pretty bad news for buyers. Right now, we're just riding along. So it'll be my last trade of the morning, last trade of the year. And at this point, I'll lift the trail just a little bit. We'll go 518. And NASDAQ getting into the session volume point of control. At this point, I'm riding for highs, so we're just going with an active trail. All-time highs. Just session highs. Just session highs, man. Session high. Let's not get too crazy with our target. Anyone else riding the long besides me and Albert? The NQ, you can see it bumping into the session volume point of control here. Matt, you grabbed that long. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Turion trailed out. Nicole's in there. Well done. NQ needs to break above all this volume here at 550. Volume through price, not volume through time. Volume point of control. My trail's at 518. And make it trailed out here. Patience. Let it work. Can see the rejection again from that volume point of control. Yeah, make it trailed out here. See, NQ 525 right now. My trail is 518. Here it comes. And there it is, trailed out. All right, we'll call it right there. 2 for 2 on the morning. I'm happy. We'll take it. Today was a exercise in patience for sure. Came away with 2 small scalps. Nothing to write home about. That's all good. That's a wrap on the year. It's the last live stream of the year. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We'll still be lightly active in the Traders Think Tank, but I'll be completely off the desk next week. So if you're in the think tank and you send me a DM there, maybe a little slow to reply. Hope you guys get some good family time. Thanks for tuning into the stream this year. Looking forward to doing it even better in 2026. And we will see you guys then. Take care. Thanks. Thank you all for your time today.